Well, welcome to the show. It's VindaCator here from iPlayMore.com. Quick reminder, go to YouTube, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. So we got some new things to show you today, and some very exciting things happening this next week. Make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for our video game tests. And I'm the designer, developer, and producer for a game called Thunder. Takes place right here in the Milky Way galaxy. And if you slide down the Carina arm here, you can, from Earth, where we are, where the sun is, you can come to the Stellar Jewel Box Nebula NGC 3603. And NASA took a picture, and it looks like this. And I've seen this all over the place, and I just knew this is where our game has to take place. So we put a little planet there, planet Nebulous Prime. As we zoom in on it, you see our mock-up of what we're going to build. So we've got Bear Isle pretty much complete. We got I don't know, another month or so to go on that. And then we're going to move over to Azure and start to tackle these. Derek is out in front doing some level layouts and providing some videos so we kind of know where we're going to go with all this. And then this is the over game. So this is when you win and lose an arena, it just... You know, most games it's like, okay, well, you win, you lose, doesn't really matter. You know, matters for a few seconds and then it's gone. Well, in our game's totally different. There's an over game, a meta game, and you can see when it's tied, the land is neutral, open for anyone. And as people are winning and losing, they're taking territory. It's very cool, very motivational. Winning and losing means a lot. And this is Bear Isle. This was done by a professional map maker. So that's kind of where I started with all of this, trying to figure out how to do this kind of stuff. And you can see here, he's got the castle here and the brood fortress over here. And then we realized how freaking big this island was. And we even reduced it by 75% or to 75% of its original size. And it was still massive. So this is what we've got in the game now. So you can see that we've got the kin located in the same place in the high position. But now we've got the brood moved here, and you can see all the pathways. And then I did another little thing here, kind of zoomed in on the play area. So everything at the back here is all going to be training. It's kind of a new thing that we're going to do. And we're slowly moving in on that kind of thing. But here's where the game takes place, the main game. So basically this is going to be kind of a zone, I guess, a play zone. And outside of that, you can do exploring. And inside of that, it's a first-person shooter. Very different than anything you've ever played before. Very unique. Last week somebody asked, he said, what's the learning curve? Well, I think you can just jump in and start shooting each other, so it's probably pretty low on that end. But I came up today with the saying of lifelong learning, because I'm the guy that designed this, and I'm still learning how to play this. So it's absolutely amazing. This is the kind of game that you finish playing, and you're like, oh man, I could have done this, and I could have done that differently, and I could have done that. So it's very cool. And then what I did is I circled all of the shrines. This is kind of important at this stage, so we're going to just talk about this a little bit. So you can see that there are 3 kin forward shrines, 3 forward brood shrines. Then there's a shrine under each of the trees. We're rebuilding the trees. Didn't get that done this week, but we should have that done for next week. And won't be showing too much on that this week, just showing what kind of the placeholder we put in. But anyways, so looking down at the gameplay, and there's also 2 shrines in the pit. So looking at the pit from above, so you can see the kin fortress, the brood over here. So way down low in the pit, this is a dead end. So there is another brood shrine and then a kin shrine. This is actually going up. And they're dead ends. There is a spawn there, a return power-up that can take you back to your starting position. But that's not functioning 100%. So we got all 10 letters in now. So this is the way that I'm thinking about this, because this is the brood language, and it is very confusing. Like, you get to find one of these, you go running up to a shrine, and then you're trying to match this. So what I've been doing is I've been going, so this is 2, and it's missing 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 4, missing 1. This is 3, missing 2. This is 3, missing 1. And so this is how I'm doing it. This is 3, missing none. And you can see they're all different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's like this one, but completely different. And then this one's 3, missing none. I think I already had a 3, missing none. Yeah, I have a 3, missing none here. So it can still be confusing. This is 4 and this is 5. So that's how I'm memorizing these. And it seems to be working as I'm running around because I'm doing a lot of testing on locking this and unlocking it. And then this is the kin letters, which are so much easier. They're all totally unique. There's a little bit of a cross between these two and across these two. But other than that, they are all very unique. And this was all stuff that, this is the thing about long-term development. This is all stuff done by the very early team, and we're able to pull it out and put it into the game now, which is nice when we need to. I even like all the shadows there. It's just so cool. And so this is stage 1 shrines. And so I've just kind of shown an example how the letters show up on top as locks. But let's take this a little deeper. So now we've got... So this is not built yet. This is concept stuff. This is design stuff. So these are the stage 2 kin and brood shrines. So we've got a new concept art team that's working on some concept art for us. And so I put this top view done so you can see how the path does a double back and then around and then up to the top. So the whole gist of this, so when you come up to this, you just run up. You're going to see me do this today. You just run up and it instantly unlocks when you get close to it. But this means that you need to get up inside the thing, stage 2. It's not locked yet, but it's a little more difficult. Makes locking your strongholds, your kingdoms, your empires, and your dynasties a little bit more. And how do you get this? Well, you just go and hang out at any shrine, anything that's locked. You can see the letter on top. You hang out there, and this builds around you. So even AFK players, I'm playing games where they're just kicking AFK players like crazy. And I'm thinking that is just like nothing makes me more mad than I'm playing a game. I go to the kitchen for a bottle of water, and I come back and I've been kicked. I'm AFK. It's just crazy. Like it's not a good idea. So we don't do that. We allow you. So if you got to answer the phone or the door or go to the bathroom, you just hang out one of the shrines. Now this is stage 3. So this would take a little longer to build one of these. And what's happening here is, and so we already had the brood stage 3 done. We already had the kin stage 2 done. But what we didn't have was the brood stage 2 and the kin stage 3. Boy, I even said that right. It's amazing. So, and this is pretty cool. Actually, and Henrique really liked this idea too. There's a tunnel here that goes underneath there. And anyways, we've got all the different images from above. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't figure out how this path works. But yeah, and then it comes up and then here's the upper room. And so they've got a crystal here, but I don't think that's how it's going to work. I think that's going to be the letter lock. And so that's where the letter's going to be. So you're going to come in here. You're going to have to shoot it. So you can see, here's my kind of idea. So, this letter here is locked. This is actually the whole code. But that's actually going to become something else. I'm going to not talk about that. I don't want to confuse anybody. But we're going to be doing something like that. And I guess I got to say a little bit about it. I went and I was watching a video, and they were showing how in Skyrim, and I played all that, you would get letters and stuff like that. And I was looking at the letters there. I'm like, oh my goodness, like what we're doing is looking so, I shouldn't even say it. It just looks so much better. And I love that idea about going to a place and unlocking. And so what we're going to do is unlock new throne placement abilities, which is new powers for your scepters, basically, is what it's going to be. So this is stage 3. So we've got all the concepts done. So probably start this next week. Probably start with level 2s next week. And maybe another week to get that done. And then stage 3. So these will go into the game and begin to build around those shrines. Very cool. So here's the Brood Fortress from above, from the front. The triple throne. You can see they're all different heights. So one of the programmers and I were talking about this, and I've actually never even thought about this, and we haven't been playing this multiplayer yet. So it's very interesting. So if you had a kin player here, a kin player here, and a kin player here, and you add the points that they get for capturing those, as kind of a way of looking at it, there could actually be 3 guys on the thrones, 4 enemies in the circle, and the guys on the thrones would win. That is so awesome. And if you add a 5th enemy, then it would be balanced. It would freeze. But I'm going to show you some really cool things today. We've got the claw working, and you're going to be able to push people off the throne. So that really mixes it up. So I'm going to show that today. These are the energy icons. I'm going to show this blowing up today. Pretty confident that that's all going to work, but it should. So here's the kin castle from above, from the front. Still don't have our grass in there yet. And triple throne, again, different heights. So you want to get to the main throne. That's where the big points are. If somebody's already there, then you want to get to the second one, and then the third one. This is also the end game, and this is from the Olympics. All the things in this game are kind of ancient gameplay techniques. You know, a race, a tug of war, the Olympics, all that kind of stuff. Even like the placement of thrones, I think, is like very much like 3D chess. But that's to be discovered. So anyways, yeah, so like at the end game, so the leader is going to be on the center throne, second place, third place, and then the team is going to be around. And so we even have that kind of roughed in, not 100%. Characters looking the wrong way, but at least it's kind of working. So here's the energy icon for the kin. So that's what the brood would destroy to win the game. Force fields are missing, broken. We got to get that back in. The other thing I was thinking, and I think we're going to make this part of the gameplay, to be really honest, I think I overdid it with the locks. Running around, unlocking this. Now, the thing is, I'm just one guy. It's a big level. So if you had an organized team, it would be a lot easier. And it's just I didn't want it to be that easy. So every time you level up from a stronghold to a kingdom, it relocks. From a kingdom to an empire, it relocks. From an empire to a dynasty, it relocks. And then when you reach this icon at the end of the game with your placed thrones, a dominations is declared, and it relocks them again in 10 locations. So that is including inside this tree, inside this force field. And so what I think we're going to do is we're going to use not with, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult, but that will allow people to go inside and unlock it. So I think we've got it balanced, and that's the thing about game design. You're always trying to create that balance. It's like, oh, this is not balanced, and then you create something. It's like, oh, now it's too good now. So it's fun. Anyways, these are our scepters. So we have the common. So this is what the free players are going to be using. And then we have the lightning scepter, the fire scepter, the ice scepter, and the storm scepter. I'll be showing you all that today. Those are all set up to automatically switch as you're placing thrones. It's a really incredible system. And, from the imagination of the game designer through code to now function, it's just amazing. All right, so these are our energy pods. So this is, we've got our black and our white, our red and our blue, and our rare energies to power your devices. This is the claw. I'm going to be showing that today. Rapid impact, one of my favorites. Agony, which is like your sniper. We call them devices. They're not weapons. There's a reason for that, because in our game there's no death. There's just banishment to a lower realm, and which makes a lot more sense. Being blown into bits and then coming back 20 seconds later doesn't make a lot of sense. I think it really gives people the wrong impression. Hey, go kill somebody with a headshot, and then 20 seconds you'll be all right. No, real life doesn't work that way. This is the Wolverine, and the Stingray. I was going to say Wolverine, not based on the comic, but based on the creature. We have Wolverines up here in Canada. Not that I've ever met one, and I don't think I would like to. And then we've got the H2O, which is a water. It's kind of like a water gun. So it does this neat thing where these contract, and then it shoots. And then if you alt fire it or right click, then it is a minigun, and they spin, and it shoots icicles. And both this and this are important. You're going to see me in a protective shield today. Those are the two things that will get through it. So that kind of forces everybody to change your strategy mid-game. And this is the Hog, another one of my favorite devices. And then these are the rare devices. So these, you don't have these at loadout. You've got to go find these. These are hidden in the recesses of our pit. Our pit is our underground part of the game. So this is the Oculus, and this is the P-Res or prismatic resonator, if you want to say the full name. Then we have our shields. On this side, you've got black and white, you've got red, you've got blue, and you've got rare, your core shield. Now, this is very interesting. What it allows people to do, and I got to be honest, this is not something I sat down and go, I'm going to design something like this. This is something I thought about later and went, oh my goodness, look what this accomplished. So what I'm saying here is, if you're a professional player, you can go in and remove the black and white, the red and the blue, and then take the rare shield. You get all the points. If you're a new player, well, you can just focus, say, on blue. The blue's all removed. You remove the core shield. And so that really balances out the pro player and the new player. Of course, the pro player is going to get more points, but he should. So, or she should. And that's kind of the way it works. Then we have our power-ups. So we have the ability to fly, so that's freedom. Notch up, which fills up your shields and your energy. There's no health unit in our game. This is notability, 5 times damage, the greatest that I know of in any game damage power-up. Not with, so this is what I was talking about earlier. This will allow you to sneak into those force fields. We're going to program that still, but that's the concept, the design. And then this is the return I was talking about. So when you go to the dead-end locations in the pit, you can use that. And also, this is great for battles. You know, you're placing thrones, you're getting close to the enemy, you look at your shields, you're like, oh my goodness, these guys almost got me. You can use your return, go back to your supply, and restock. So retreat is a very real, valid thing in our game. This is Pep, and you can pick up 30 of those and move 3 times faster. It comes from a plant in the game and rolls around. We're going to put those on paths. So let's talk about the Brood. And this is the Brood HUD. So you're not going to see this. This just shows us. Oh, I still haven't fixed this. And Wiki. So anyways. Actually, his real name is Henrique. I just call him that when he does silly things. So I got to fix that. I don't know how somebody is connected from Kin Castle to Brood Fortress. That would be a long stretch. Probably too long. I think. Well, we'll see. We got to figure out. So what I'm talking about is the agony here. When you right-click it, it creates a tie bond to another player, and you can tie bond to new players and take their bonus. They get 150% shield bonus, and so you can share that with them. Or you can be, you know, in your face, kind of jerk face kind of person, and tie bond yourself to an enemy, which is very interesting. So it's kind of fearful, I guess. Somebody comes and connects himself to you, and then, anyways, it's very interesting. So anyway, I don't have all the details how that works, but it's part of the design. So basically, on the Brood HUD, so we've got the character, we've got his ranking, where he's ranked on each team, and then who is shooting him. Of course, like I said, this stuff will not be on your screen all at the same time. And then you've got your countdown and, you know, basically what is ready. I think we've kind of forgone the countdown. I don't even think we need it. So it's kind of interesting how this evolves. And then we have the 2 teams. The whole game takes place across the bottom. I keep saying that. The design has changed a little bit, so I don't know. And then the Kin. We've got the Kin HUD. Same thing, but just switch sides. So we've got the king over here. So we've got his title. We've got his ranking overall. And then we've got the devices you can rotate. And then, so this is what we're going to be talking about today a little bit. That's what's happening in the shrines with the locking and all that kind of stuff. And here's our pit. So showing that there's 9/16 Brood in the pit. So that would stay on the screen full time. 7 out of 15 would not. It's not 50%. So as soon as I went to 8, yes, it would stay on the screen. So it's very interesting. So there's 2 victory conditions. One is to destroy that icon back there, so we'll show that today. And the other one we don't have in the game yet, and that is to banish all the enemies to the pit. And I was working the audio for that today, so that's coming along. So there's going to be 2 totally different audio events for the 2 victory conditions, which is very cool. Oh, and I love this little thing that we created, which just basically shows you know, the strength of your team. So these guys are getting weak, but they're connected. So it's kind of interesting. So here you can see on my left arm is a bracelet. If you push H, that's going to come to the front like that. So I've got my scepter here. These are just mock-ups to kind of show. And then if you press here on number 1, and of course these are all 18 different tabs. If you press that, it comes like that. And then for the So that would be like for how the app would look. And of course the app is on your arm, so we're just tying that all together. So this is an app and a game. And then for the Unreal version, we can have this full screen. This is our market exchange. This is going to be the heart of our game. Our game is free to play. And this is where you're going to pick up the gear that you need and want. You can rent it. You can buy it. You can sell it for a profit. It's a very cool marketplace. Not patterned after anything else out there. It's our own unique original design. We've got Balaam underway, so I'm going to just show some concept art for that because it looks so good. Balaam will be in the game this next week. And I designed this last week. So this is kind of the start page. I wanted to give people a more, because this is pretty rough. And so basically your email, your player name, you can actually go and purchase your exclusive name. So if you're into Pro League type stuff and you want to have your exclusive name, you don't want anybody using that name, you can copy it. Otherwise, the names are just anybody can use any name. And then your password, your team select. So if you want to go here, you can select Brood or Kin, and then these are the characters you've been playing. This might be a long list. And then your gear up. This is basically where you can go pick out the gear that you want for your character. You can rent the gear there. You can take pictures, screenshots of your character dressed up. So, which is kind of cool. And then the map, go play. And then you can see I've got this all only lit up where we're developing. So, and then this is what's going to be our team selection page. And when you mouse over, you're going to get a little bit of information on both the Brood and the Kin. And then Zachariel. So Zorn was supposed to get me some new images today. That did not happen. I know that he smashed some of his fingers. It's just that guy, man. I tell you, if they dropped a nuke bomb, it would be on his head. So, anyways, he's doing a fantastic job. So all this stuff is a couple weeks old. I think we're getting into about 3 weeks old here, but you're starting to look at some of the gear that we're doing. So you can see it's very high level, and this is nowhere near done. This is all just kind of placeholder, quick and dirty kind of stuff. That's his bracelet on the left arm, the gauntlet on the right is underneath. It's the top, so your device manifests out of the crystal. And he just got placeholder hair there, so just ignore that. And no hair there. So that's where we were working on the face a little bit. Again, a few weeks old. And then these are going to be the 2 next characters we work on. So Telly is started. Suyel, we're going to rebuild from scratch. We do have her in the game, but she's not deforming properly. So I guess that is a major thing. So we're going to change that. So we'll put those 2 in. And then we'll have all 4 of our main characters in the game. We're planning on having 16 characters in the game. But these are going to be the first 4. So there we go. And you can earn mana by hanging out in our Discord and being active. And mana is a real currency you can trade for US dollars. So make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for a video game test of Thunder. So let's jump into the game here. So this is live. You can actually see the little shrines. They're bright and shiny. All right, so I think I have a basic idea what I'm going to do today. So let's just jump in. So, I mean, I can fly around here a little bit. You can see the trees populate as I come in. It's called calling, and we do that just so that the game performs as best we can. Because as you get close, you're seeing less. And as you're pulling far away, you're seeing more. And so a way to keep the game performing is that, you know, this is just in the editor. I'm going to be playing 2 characters in the editor. We can't expect it to perform like it would if this was a built game. That I'm told will be even better. I'll turn on my camera. I'll wave hello. I'll push Alt-P. And we don't have the new screen in here yet. So Michael's done an amazing job on that kind of stuff. So I might have been on the wrong screen when I pushed Alt-P. Yes, that's on the wrong screen. Oh, that drives me crazy. Windows. All right, so I'm going to join Kin. I'm going to play Namash. And next week we should have Zach in, which is really exciting. Oh. We were working on shield hits this week. I don't think we got that. It's not 100% yet, so won't be showing that yet. I've seen the updated version of this. Oh, and ignore my head going through things. That's just... we just got the Paragon characters in here. I'm just going to show you real quick. If I push G, so that's a Paragon character there. That's not even one of our characters for our game. So... And Michael says that there's a little supply room in here. So this is to merge our old idea of having a supply room behind the throne, and then having a level up tree which was in front before, and then I saw Avatar, the movie, and I thought, oh my god, having a huge tree. So this is just a placeholder. So next week we should have that in place. I put that on a curve. I was trying to figure out how to add, so that's going to blow up really easy today. I can't figure out how to change that, so I just thought the curve looked better, so I put the curve on there, but that's all I was able to change. All right, so I'm going to grab this throne. Oh, you can see that there's still the test code on there. You're not actually supposed to have that placement menu. I'm still not on the throne. I can't tell. All right, I'm gonna leave him in. So I'm gonna push Alt Tab. Let everybody taught me all this stuff. I'm gonna go full screen here and join the Brood. I've been playing Syphlatus. These guys are not all 100%, and some of them have weapons in their hand from the original. Oh, let's grab our shield. So that's kind of an advanced thing you can do, is when you're following like that, you can just go. I think I was able to go right to the throne, which is very cool. So what I'm going to show you today, so you can see in the hand is the claw. Again, we're not supposed to have that menu yet. That's just a code test thing that we didn't take off. So I'm just going to jump to the other side now, so we know what to do. All right. So it looks like I placed the throne by accident there. So Kang said that that was fixed, but it's still there. But I kind of like it, because now I got throne power. You want to see it? So if I push F, I got a Storm's attack. And basically I think what we're going to do with that one is that's just going to kind of clear out the other ones. So I'm going to jump in here. I'll have a stronghold. So that, creating a stronghold, has locked the enemy out. That's going to level up my energy. We don't have all that working yet, but that is the design. And then there's going to be locks on the shrines. There's not one there. But first of all, I'm going to go show you how the claw works. So let's just change to the claw. So the claw is a basically ability. You see it spins? Kind of an archaic way to fly. Now I'm just going to push G so you can see what that looks like. Now there's no way that I should be capturing this right now, so this is where we've got this fixed, but we didn't want to risk breaking it today because she's on the center throne. There's no way that I'm in that circle that I should be able to capture this. It should be in her favor. But if I push G, you're going to see here, if I push and hold, you see that she's gone? So this is a shield. So while I'm capturing here, I can be with my claw holding my right click, and I'm protected. The only thing that can shoot me are icicles and... Oh, you know what? I didn't mean to do that.
King of Domination.
And I don't even know where she went. I pushed her off the throne with the claw. So if I right-click, it does a mega push and pushes the person. And then if they're on the throne, they don't go very far. Okay. So, you know what? I'm going to do two different things here. So I'm going to go... You can see it's telling me to create an empire, so I'm going to go do that. We're going to just do this a couple different times. I'm kind of making this up as I go along. So if I push G, you're going to be able to see me. And if I push Alt right click, I am now in a protective shield. Protect me against people shooting me, which is great when you're on the throne. So that throne is already out. It's all kind of just crude placeholder stuff. Now if I just step inside the circle, create an empire.
The king. Empire.
I'm going to just go see where she ended up. Holy smokes. I don't even know where she is. Holy smokes. I came from all the way over there, all the way over here with one hit. Yeah, I've never seen it go that much. So this is just a training ground out there for the shrines. You can see on her screen there is a find. Now unlocking an empire is pretty difficult, so I'm gonna just push escape and we're gonna start over again. So Alt P, and the reason for that is I'm gonna just show you how you can unlock a stronghold. So Mr. Namash is gonna join here again. Let's just do some of the advanced stuff. I'm just gonna go around this tree. If you're really good, you can land right on that throne. I don't pretend that I'm real good yet. Alright, so let him capture the throne. Just go full screen that again. So back to Syphlatus. Let's just see if we can do this. So just drop around the tree. See if I can go right to the throne. So we got those announcements global now.
Of thunder.
Okay, he's got 3 throne strikes. You can see at the bottom of the screen there. Now to create a stronghold, I just got to be the first one with the throne strikes to the fountain.
Prince of thunder.
Okay. So I'm back to Brood here. And you can see on her screen is a find. I'm just going to go back and look at my own, since I'm right here. Oh, there is one here. It's the wrong letter though, but at least I know one's there. Alright, so these are recoil devices. I know a lot of games have recoil, but we do something completely different with it. And I looked at recoil and I thought, man, what happens if we crank that up? And so what happens is you can move. You know what there? Faster. And we've got both kind of recoil, forward and backward. Nothing here. There's only 3. I'm looking for just 3. Unlock this stronghold. So you really want to have an organized team around this. I think most people are not. So I think this is going to hold up very well. So nothing there. It's more apt to be in the top shrines. I always forget about the bear. No lock there. Of course, if you had the whole team and everybody was designated to go to a specific place. Okay, here it is. So all I got to do is... Now, imagine that if it was level 2, I'd have to go up the stairs and inside. If it was level 3, I'd have to actually physically shoot that. Can't see my shot. Anyways, all I have to do at level 1, or stage 1, is that. Okay. And if this isn't here, well then I am into the pit. Oh, it's here. It's here. It's here. Henwiki! Oh yeah, you're looking at my face. Sorry. I forget about that. Okay. I'm doing really well. You missed my claw push you off the throne demonstration. All right, so I am about to unlock this because I know it's here. And you notice that I've got 7. If I roll my mouse, I've got 7 throne strikes. So I guess I can turn my screen back on now. Camera. There we go. Now this should give me a stronghold, I believe. Yeah, because I've got my throne, right? I think, yeah. Yes. So that is working really well. And if I switch back over to Kin and turn my camera off again, you can see, oh yeah, see, he's just sitting here too. All right. Okay. So we're not going to play that. I've been playing that game for the last 3 weeks. So I'm just going to turn my camera back on. All right. So just, you got to find me now. No, I'm kidding. So now what I'm going to show is throne placement. Actually, let's just come over here for a second and show this off. So when you capture the throne, you're going to create a force field around the home tree. Henriky's still working on those. Should be next week, right? And when you push G, you're going to gesture, which means dance or move or whatever. Right now we don't have any animation linked to that. But you're going to see what happens as I push G here a few times. You see that in front of me? You see the power-up starting to show up? There they go. So it's not going to be just in this location. That'll be random all over the map. Henriky says, right! So we've got our freedom, ability to fly. We've got notability, 5 times damage. Got not width, so that's going to be the ability to be invisible, which is very handy. I mean, obviously, see you're placing thrones, so they'll find you. But that'll allow you to sneak into the force field and then notch up, which is kind of like a shrine that's remote. And you can use that in the shrine, and it's like double time. It goes twice as fast to fill up your shields and energy. And then this is return, which takes you back to the home tree. Anyways, okay. So I've left the test code on here, which is good, because now I can just do Mondo throne placements. Now, understand gamers are not going to be able to do it this fast, because you're going to have to collect throne energy. Uh-oh. I fell off. Oh, that's because I'm using a recoil device. You think I'd learn? All right. Oh, I missed. And the claw is really, really funny. It's supposed to be this way. But it'll get you up. All right, looking down. Storms. Lightning. Fire. Ice. So now I got everything. So let's just test this out. So if I push F, push F again, it's going to change automatically with my scepter. Watch my scepter. So I didn't do that. I just fired it. Lightning, ice, storm. It's very cool. Okay. Actually, let's just... And here's my common. This is very cool. Alright, so still have to get the animation working there. So some different attacks there, which is kind of cool. So anyways, let's get moving. And this is how I do it. Somebody might want to be just lightning, or just ice, or just storms. These are active for 2 minutes. Now, you can see I'm kind of painting myself into a corner here. So I want to kind of, let's say I want to go in this direction. So I just put down, and there I am. Let's say I want to get my thrones a little higher in the air. So I'm going to roll my mouse wheel. You can see I have 180 freedom. So if I push enter, now I'm flying. This is more of the advanced way to do this. And I just kind of go to where the music stops. Everything's a cue, except I went too far. Oh, I see, because I'm up high. Oh, because I've got freedom on. Just easier to do it fast. Oh yeah. All right. So last week somebody said, "Are you going to have a mini map?" Check this out. Push M. Sorry about how fast that is. There's an issue right there. So now I can look around, which is kind of cool. But if I push Alt, it'll stop doing that. But look at this. So let's say, okay, so I'm coming through here with the throne placements. So I want to push a waypoint. Tell my team to go here. Just going to hold down the mouse on that. And so what I'm going to say to the guys is place thrones here. And then I'm going to say description, throne route. I have no idea what I'm doing, but and ID. Number 1, I want you to go here first. And I saw that you could even change colors on this, so you can make this disappear. And so I'm going to push M again. I'm back on my throne. And it looks like that waypoint doesn't show up in the main game. I think it should, because the chances of people pushing M. Yeah, it's not showing up here. If I push M again, there it is. Oh, and you can see my thrones that I've placed. Ah! Right there. Okay. So that's all very early stage. And I'm glad somebody asked about that last week, because then we got that going. Something that we did, but we didn't have in the game yet. So we only created a stronghold, and then the enemy unlocked it, and then the enemy created a stronghold. So we're only at that. So there won't be any dynasty created, because that comes from an empire. That's correct. So you can see I'm almost at the enemy's base here. So this is kind of what your defenders are going to do. They're going to extend the throne. And we made this kind of noob friendly, so you just look down, push. Oh. I thought we removed that sound. It has returned. Actually, we'll just go here. Now, there's supposed to be a way to add more HP to that. I don't know how. And the lightning, let's just show it. I seem to hit it, but watch this. One shot. It's not supposed to do that. And I put some fireworks into the game. That's what you're going to see here. Characters facing the wrong way. And this will be your scoreboard. He's got to stop collecting throne strikes on the throne. There'll be some more fireworks there. And then put you back at the main menu, which is pretty cool. Push Kin. Push Namash. And I'm starting another game again. Now, most games here would reload. And we decided that that was not what we wanted to do. Now, there is an issue here. And that's I can capture my own throne. I can make a stronghold. But the enemy throne is still out. And so it's not working properly. So we've got to get that fixed. And the other issue is when I push escape, it's going to say that there's errors while playing. And look at this. Oh, 594. It's getting to be less. So we got to figure out what all this is and reset that. But the whole issue here is that, yeah, we don't have to reload the map, which is exactly what I'm after with this. And I'm going to look across the ocean here, which there's nothing there. But the next isle is going to be over here. So Azure is going to be over there. Abyss is going to be somewhere over there. So we still have to do that. So that's not in the game yet. So we're missing force fields. All right. And then we've got some training areas. So inside this mountain, you're going to learn about shields, notability. On top of this mountain. And these are going to be quests. You're going to get a waypoint here. So some of the stuff we're doing is to show the waypoints. So where you're going to get your first quest to get your claw. And claw, so left click gives you some minor flight. Very simple flight. And right click gives you a shield and pushes people off the throne. So, and that's actually interesting because that's not the way the original game was, and I think that this is better. So, anyways, this is where you're going to learn about the pit. So, the kin is 7 out of 15, and the brood is 9 out of 16. You're going to learn about thrones here. It's a lot easier to do this in Spectator, a lot faster, I guess. Role-playing by rank. Learn about skid. Oh, that's the problem with doing this. You're not gonna, you don't see the animations. Sorry about that. But I'm moving much faster. Still don't have the ocean in, so that's why it looks kind of funny. There's going to be an ocean there. So this is where you learn about usurping. It's taking an enemy's throne. This is an interesting one. You come up, you see nothing. You turn around the corner, and there's not width. So you learn about invisibility. And how to use it and what it'll do. Here's where you're going to learn about the shrines. And all that stuff, all that training stuff. Here's a scepter here. Common scepter. So it's actually funny, we did that recording where they're in the scepter training ground. So that's going to be right here. So it's interesting, these things that were just ideas and script and stuff are starting to be fleshed out. It's an amazing process doing this. It really, truly is. And you're going to learn about the marketplace here, and about the different currencies. Learn about devices here. And you can see I got the light and the dark, the reds and the blues together. Because that's how they take shield. Learn about freedom there. There's a whole bunch of those things. Oh, and I was looking today about the Story Master and reading the story. I keep talking about that. So anyways, there's my curved health bars. So anyways, there is the game so far. A little bit more progress. Next week, we're supposed to have Balaam and Zachariel in the game. We should have the new home trees in. And then we'll start working on those stage 2, stage 3 shrines. Now that we've got the concepts that were shown earlier in this video. But anyways, that's it for this week. So we'll just jump over to... So make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for a video game test. And I don't know. I haven't heard from the lead programmer. He's very busy on another project. They're pushing that into one of the big events. Must be the Game Developers Conference, I guess. They're trying to get something done for it. Anyways, yeah, because I think that's the next thing coming up. Yeah, it wouldn't be E3. It's one of the two, but I think it's the Game Developers Conference. Anyway, so he's been really busy with that, but he's going to get us set up with the network code so we can begin to play this multiplayer, invite people in. It's going to be very closed to start, and then we'll start opening it up a little bit more. But there's still a lot to do, but hey, a lot's getting done, so it's very exciting. Still have devices to do. The hit effects are in, but I'll show those off next week. And I'm going to leave it there. There's a little bit of funding news, but I don't know. Sometimes I think I'd say too much about all that stuff. So if you want to know, ask. Anyways, it's VindaCator saying thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, and ring the bell if you're on YouTube. And we will see you next week. It's VindaCator, and I am out.